sorry to interrupt your news programming on WGBH. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message has been transmitted by request of the Consolidated Rail Corporation and Operation Lifesaver. At around 8:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a Boston and Maine commuter train has plowed into Conrail Freight TV-14. At this time, details are scarce, but no report of casualties. Stay tuned for further updates. Regular stations will resume now. Fire warning, the following message has been transmitted by request of the Massachusetts State Police and the NTSB. Flames from the ignited diesel fuel tanks have torched the rear end of Conrail train TV-14. The push-pull cab car was demolished from the force of impact, and the reset of its consist has caught fire. Reports speculate flames launching 800 feet into the air. Anyone within a 15-mile radius are advised to mandatorily evacuate your areas and undergo a lockdown with appropriate authorities. Stay tuned for further updates. We interrupt your news stations on WGBH. This is an emergency update to the train wreck at Brighton, Massachusetts. The Massachusetts State Police is fully cooperating with NTSB officials on what actually caused the disaster. Reports speculate that 22 of the 107 piggyback freight cars were completely destroyed and demolished to the frame. There is no word if any Conrail locomotives sustained any damages. Stay tuned for later statements from NTSB officials on this dangerously developing story. Stay away from the area. We interrupt your station on WGBH for this emergency update from the NTSB and the Massachusetts State Police. It was confirmed that nobody on the commuter train was killed during and after impact. However, 153 people suffered minor and critical injuries after impact. They are all being airlifted and driven to area hospitals for full recoveries. The cause of the crash is still unknown at this time, so investigations will continue for duration of this message. This is WGBH. We will continue serving the Boston area. Stay tuned for further updates. We interrupt your programming on WGBH. This is another critical emergency bulletin from the NTSB. 4 Conrail locomotives entered the Interlocking area on a 2.8-degree curve. Out of the 4 locomotives, only 1 suffered minor damages. The other 3 suffered no damages at all. The cause of the crash is still being investigated for the time being. Listen to later statements from the Massachusetts State Police, the NTSB, and Operation Lifesaver on this dangerously developing story. Again, stay tuned for further updates. The lead push-pull cab car was totaled in the wreck. 3 commuter coaches suffered major damages, but they will be rebuilt at the interchange car shops in Worcester. The cause of the crash is finalizing all evidence. Tune to 640 FM on your radio dial while in your shelter. Do not open windows, as you're exposing yourself to toxic smoke inhalation. Stay tuned for updates on your radio dial for further instructions as this dangerously situation develops. The fires from the train wreck have finally been extinguished. Also, an all clear has been given to anyone in a shelter. The cause of the train wreck is confirmed. Inconsistent human error due to poor timing was the factor in this crash. All 550 victims, including the 153 injured, have made full physical and emotional recoveries. Thank you very much for your cooperation during this critical emergency. We will now return to WGBH for regular programming. This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system.